het net weer best wel wat neemt. En het net weer best wel wat neemt.
Welkom bij Big Talk. Rotterdam is 10 dagen lang helemaal filmgek en iedere avond vindt hier in het oude Luxor een talkshow plaats. Daarin zetten we gerenommeerde interviewers tegenover belangrijke gasten van het festival. Vanavond interviewt zanger en dichter Rick de Leeuw de Belgische regisseur Koen Mortier over zijn film 22 mei.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Please have a seat. Are you surprised to see your audience tonight here?
Of course not.
No. I mean, it's sold out. It's
am.
over 600 people in Rotterdam on a Tuesday evening.
I counted everybody, and there's more people here than all the people in Belgium who saw the film. So that's a shock. So from now on, I'm Dutch. Fuck them. Then I have a better football team also.
Well, you're welcome by any means. The film we're about to see, it's called the 22nd of May. Can you tell us why that title?
I wanted to confuse people.
You did.
You know, and that was the problem. You know, people in Flanders, they're all gonna go on the 22nd of May to see the movie. That's
Another
the way they
600.
So, but this, now the distributor here in Holland said, let's, you know, we have after the festival, they're going to show the film starting from 22nd of May, so people will understand. Mm-hmm. They want to say, oh, we go today to the cinema, to a film that is called Today, or something like that, you know, so it's not confusing
And the day
anymore.
after you change the title.
The day after I'm going to change the title, and you know, and so on, so on.
Yeah, well, there's an association with the 9/11. Is that, to me it was.
No. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it is. There's an association.
Yeah. It's about frailty, it's about violence. Is it your frailty? Is it your being afraid of violence?
No, I'm not afraid of fire. Yeah. Well, it's about...
Are you obsessed?
It's about fear. I think, you know, after 9/11, we had the whole society had a new fear going on. Like, okay, it can happen everywhere with everyone. So I thought, yeah, maybe I should make something about that. But then, of course, I didn't have any money to put planes in and stuff. So I said, okay, let's not make something else.
It's a low-budget kind of 9/11.
Yeah, they had a big budget. You know, they had millions going on. Yeah. So I called Osama. I said, "Can you give me some dollars?" But he wasn't free that day. So no, actually.
Going back to 22nd. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever happens, you know, like the 9/11 thing or other explosion things going on, the finger always points out a direction that is not really, you know, towards the humans who are victims, and the humans who feel guilty about it. So I wanted to make a film about that, about the numbers we read in papers, like, you know, 30 people there, 20 people there. Who are they? What are they? And why are they? And then also, I won't say I was obsessed, but I always thought about security guys working in the airport, and then, you know, Atta passes by, Atta's friend passes by, you know, they check them, there's nothing to see, there's nothing to check out. They pass by and then 1 hour later, the airplane goes in the building. How do you feel? Do you feel, you know, do you feel guilty as a security agent? And how do you live with it? And that's something I really wanted to play with and think about. Because also they're more like icons of safety. Like security agents in football stadiums or in shopping malls. They're just icons of safety. They give them a suit and then we all think, oh, we're safe now. Because the suit is walking down.
Yeah, because it's probably always the normal guy who wants to do it.
Yeah, but it's fake.
You can't prevent.
The whole security thing is fake. You know, it's just a guy, a simple guy like us in a costume. He doesn't have any gun, no powers. But we think we're safe. So I wanted to do something with that. Oh, no?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, but
well, he's English. He always sung in Dutch, so.
No, but the problem is that it's a film on guilt, but in a way the one trying to prevent it, he feels guilty, but you can't lay your finger on where he's guilty of.
Yeah, but that's typical because every victim feels guilty. It's like you have the rapist, you have the victim. And then at the end of the story, the victim says, "Yeah, I'm guilty too." And the rapist says, "Yeah, she's guilty too. You know, she was, you know, almost naked." So, what's the deal about it? It's all. What's the deal about that? So I want to do stuff with that. That you know, a killer kills somebody, and oh yeah, you're guilty too. But I'm dead. Yeah, you're guilty too. That you're dead. It's crazy. It's all because, of course, lawyers and the whole jurisdiction idea going on. So everybody wants to be unguilty, and the guilty ones want to give their guilt, you know, to another one, or part of the guilt, you know. So it's also about that, I guess.
Your previous film, Ex-Drummer, I think you all saw it. Yeah.
It's totally different. Those who liked it, go away.
But it's the same kind of film on violence, but it's also in a very it's told in a very poetic way. Is that a Belgian approach?
I wouldn't know. Who are the Belgians? No, I don't know.
That's another discussion.
Who are they? Where are they? Why? I wanted to give another reflection on violence, a totally different point of view on violence. While Ex-Drummer was about, humor and violence and individual violence made by individuals, this time it's more like a global violence, something we all recognize because we have those fears. And I wanted to do something that this violence is translated towards the emotion of one person or several persons, and not just that it's translation towards very heavy humor. So it's another kind of approach, I guess.
But you don't think your way of telling the story is Belgian?
No.
No.
I hope not.
Well, I hope no, you do.
Yeah, partly, yeah. But it's really there's no Belgian way of telling a story. That's one thing. You have the Flemish way and the French-speaking way.
All right. Oh.
That's
Let's
one thing.
close this one down.
Yeah. And in the middle,
there's you.
and the strange thing is that a lot of French colleagues or journalists think I'm rather French than Flemish in the way I tell stories, the way I approach films or stories. So I don't know. It's very confusing at the same time, of course. There are some elements, maybe Belgium, but I don't think so. I don't believe really that I'm Belgian, actually.
Maybe it's because you are.
Maybe I'm not.
Yeah. I'm
from here. I'm from Holland.
Yeah, but there's this slight absurd touch in both the ex-drummer as well as in the.
But that's a surrealistic element that all Belgians have. We have like.
Well, there you go.
Like the government is pretty surrealistic. I can say that.
There's no escape.
The one speaks French and the other one Flemish, and there they go. No, there's a lot of surrealism going on, and especially in humor in a way, and in paintings and stuff. But you do not see it a lot in film. I think in Belgium, films are pretty, you know, normal and not that extreme. You think so?
Yeah, I do.
You think so? But television is more extreme, I think. Like Woestijnvis and the humor they have, that's extreme, and then they are really surrealistic, which is funny, I think.
Yeah.
But most of the time, film is pretty, you know, touch base.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
But
you're about to see it. So
he's Dutch, so he doesn't understand it.
please tell me afterwards. The music plays a very important part in this film.
Yeah.
It's like an extra actor.
Yeah, I always want the music before I shoot. I don't know why, but I think that if you have the music before you shoot, you can make people listen to it, the actors, the cameraman, everybody in the crew, and they can feel what you want to tell. Because I think music, you know, tells a lot of emotion and tells a lot about the rhythm you want to feel and the emotions you want to get out of this film and scene. So
So the rhythm of the film is made by the music?
Yeah, it is.
The cutting as well?
Yeah, because everything was ready. The music was... so I met the guy who... the guitar player of ISIS, who made music for X-Drummer. I kind of met him again, but totally on a coincidence. He had another band, and I wanted to have his music. And then we met each other, and I said, look, read the script, and you're going to make music. And then he wrote me back and said, yeah, but how can I make music on this? You know, the script was pretty unreadable, let's say. So
it's surrealistic. It's so Belgian.
Yeah,
he said.
It's so Belgian. And then we started to play around with words and colors and feelings, and I really like this character has this music and this character this and that. And in the end of the story, he sent me like 4 or 5 songs. It was incredible. It was like really recognizing my film only in music. So I said, yeah, that's it. That's the music. And he wrote like further on like 20 songs because you can do this and that, but actually the first song were the best. And after he did that, I chose like I think 8 songs. And those 8 songs, they are the base of the film. And really not just like music, but they're like a soundscape over the film. They break the rules of music in film. Sometimes it's like minutes going on that you think, what the hell is this? It doesn't stop. And when we edited, there were like tiny little problems of chords or things that we had a bit longer or something. So he came to the edit and he played again some new parts to make it really fluently together. And then in the mixing, I wanted him to be there at the mixing because I thought if I use music as sound, as a part of the sound, he has to mix in the surround system. So, yeah.
Yeah, before before it opened, you were here to check the sound. Is it merely because of the music?
Yeah, it is.
And it's all right here? It's all right? Huh?
Yeah. Well,
is the sound all right here?
Well, it depends. Well, you know, the surround is good here in the beginning. You know, so people will have the best sound here in the front, I guess. You know.
So we stay here.
They will hear nothing.
You play with the same actors as in a lot of the same actors.
Yeah. I always said when after X-Drummer I kind of ruined their career in Belgium, so I had to make a new film to pick up their career again, but I'm afraid I ruined it again for them.
This is the final step.
No. It's a kind of, they became friends, and most of them were already friends before I shot X-Drummer. And, you know, and I see them like a kind of theater group. You know, we know each other very good. So when I wrote the script, I involved them pretty fast in the writing, because I wanted to know how they would react, and I wanted to feel their emotions on several scenes. And I picked up 2 other actors. They came from another film. Titus was an actor I met when he was very young, and a sculptor. So I really wanted him to be in my next film, because I think, you know, we kind of bonded very good. And that's it, you know. And the rest are all the same guys, almost.
And they speak, just as in the ex-drummer, they speak this typical Flemish, from the western part.
Yeah, well, some of them do, not all, because Titus is from Ghent, so he has another. I asked everybody to speak as he wanted to speak,
Native,
because I can't. We have a lot of dialects, and if you make them all speak the same Flemish, it's like the school Flemish, which I totally hate. You know, I cannot even speak it. It's like, you know. So I wanted to avoid that. I wanted them all to be themselves in whenever situation. So they all speak what they can, their dialect.
Is there something we must know before we going to see this film?
Yeah, I hired 2 boxers and 3 shepherds for people who leave the building too soon. So if you leave the building before the film is finished, you know, it's your own risk.
So they're going to come back. And what about the applause in the end?
No.
There's nothing important. No?
No, it's nothing.
So we can just say enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy it and hey, enjoy.
Enjoy.
You know.
Well, it's a bit like a smack in the face for me. I saw it this afternoon. I was.
Your hair was black before, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was. So please check your looks before you go and see this film, because it's pretty amazing. I really loved it. I hope you will as well. Please give a warm applause for the director, Koen Mortier.
Tot zover Big Talk, maar we hebben nog veel meer moois uit de roemruchte geschiedenis van het IFFR. Omdat het festival 40 jaar bestaat, vertoont TV Rijnmond iedere avond een film die eerder op het festival te zien is geweest. En vanavond is dat Promised Land van Jason Xenopoulos. Een film waarin een Engelse advocaat strandt bij een zonderlinge blanke boerenfamilie in Zuid-Afrika.